All right, we're back. We're looking at the collectibles right now. Last time I forgot something, and that was to shut off the animation of the sprites. If we run the game right now, you can see that the candy sprites are animating, and we don't want that to happen. We want them to keep their image and want to be random, but not animating. So we need to shut that off first. So where do we go to do that? Let's go to, I guess, the create event of our collectibles here. So here's the create event. Here we set the image, but we also have to shut off the animation speed of the image. The question is, how do you do that? Let's see. Animation speed, maybe. Yeah, set animation speed. So we'll take that out and we'll set that to 0. That means 0 frames per second, which means it's not going to animate. And if we try it now, hopefully that problem's fixed. And you see now the candies are not animating, and they are randomized. So let me walk around, pick them up. That's pretty good. All right, so we've got that problem solved. But now we have to turn our attentions to a rather difficult problem here in this game, and that's the idea of colliding with solid objects. We're going to be forced into writing our own script for handling move to contact, and that's every time I've programmed this game, that's always been the most challenging part of this game. And so what we're doing is we're kind of making our own move to contact. The one that comes with GameMaker perhaps isn't as robust as we need for this game, so we have to kind of write our own. At least I'm assuming so. Maybe the first approach I should take is just use the move to contact that's already built into GameMaker, and then the new version of GameMaker, and see if that one's going to work for us. Let's see if they have a move to contact. Let me just say contact. Nothing. So here's move. Let's see if they have anything that's equivalent. They might have gotten rid of it because it was so problematic that they expect people to just write their own scripts. So I don't even see it being addressed here. Let me look around a bit. All right, so looking around, it looks like it's been removed from the list of things that got ported from the old GameMaker to the new. So now we have no choice. We're going to have to write it ourselves, it looks like. So we're going to write that in script form. Here's the script. And what I'll do, there's our script to define constants. I still haven't figured out where we actually call that script. We did it so long ago, I'd have to watch the old videos to figure out where that is. But we're gonna create a new script, and we're gonna call this one. Just get the name right, because I want to make it consistent. Move to contact width. So let's try that. Name here. So script move to contact width. That's going to be our name for this thing. Invalid character. What's wrong with it? Maybe I typed it wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's complaining. So let's put our text in here. Here's our script. Now, typically with scripts, you just type in the text, but it doesn't look like there's a place to do that. So give me a second. So I guess we just put in an execute code block in here, so seems kind of odd. Execute code, execute script. We're making a script, so it's just execute code. So we'll bring that in here. And we could go directly in GML, of course. And I'm going to paste in the old GameMaker 1 script to see if that's going to work for us. And I'll fight with it here, and then I'll put it out in the resources so that you don't have to type the whole thing in. But here's our actual script. Put a line break here. So it says this is an alternative for move to contact action that allows for contact with a specific object or instance. So not just solid objects for anything, but anything. So we have these variables that we've created. Looks like everything is understood. Length dir x. So, you know, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we can just try it to see if it works out of the box. My guess is it doesn't, but at least we have the code there to give it a try. We got a name for it. Let's see where we need to use it. All right, so we have a lot of move contact actions in the game already, and so we can try one of those and replace one of those if we can to see if it still works. So we have one for object Zool air, so we'll go in there, and then when it collides with ledge, if we look at that, we see that here we have a move to contact all direction. And what we want to do I think what they want us to do is this one here. We want to replace that. So what do we replace it with? I guess we can just call the script directly, I guess. So we can just say scr, move to contact with. It's supposed to take a few parameters though. Let's see what parameters it's supposed to take. Let's go back to that script and see what it's looking for. In argument 0, it's the direction. Argument 1 is the max distance, and argument 2 is the contact object, or the object you're trying to contact. So the question is, what is that third parameter? That's a good question. So let's go back to where we were. Object Zool air. We're in here. So first one was direction. We're just going to go in the same direction we were going before, so we're not changing that. When we say -1, typically what that means is that there is no limit. You just keep going until you hit something or hit that object. And then the object, I'm just not sure what to put here. So give me a moment. Okay, so what I can figure out is we're supposed to use object solid. And then we can get rid of this first one then. So we'll delete that. And then the thing here is to see if this code actually still functions. Move to contact all. Yeah, so we're here. Let's give this a try. I'm going to save it just to be careful in case it crashes. Alright, so we're looking for a ledge. Let's see if we have any in this game. Yeah, so I don't have a ledge in there, so I'm going to have to put one in. Give me a second. Let's do that. Alright, so here's our ledge. Again, it's our game. I'm going to go over to where the ledge is located. Let's see if we have any luck. So here's a ledge. Surprised it works. Wow. Yeah, so I don't see a problem with it. So we're going to take a look at the code here just to see what it does. Here, you take those parameters coming in and you assign them to an internal direction variable, the max distance, and the contact object you want to collide with. Here you check to see if the MAC distance is -1, you're going to make it 1,000. So it's going to move to contact up to 1,000 pixels before it'll stop. Here, we're trying to get the length of the change in X and the change in Y. And so that's where the direction variable, we're getting that from the direction variable. And then we're setting the distance to 1. So we're moving 1 pixel at a time. And then we keep checking over and over to see if we've made contact with the contact object. If we haven't, then we add in the change of X, then change the Y, add 1 to the distance, and then go around again. So we keep doing that for up to 1,000 times till we actually hit something. If we don't hit anything, we would just return false. But if we do hit something, we finally hit something, then we jump out of the script right away. We just return true, and the rest of this is ignored because we've already got it lined up and moved to the right place. Well, it's not, I don't know if it's moved yet. It says place meeting. Yeah, it's just telling you. Yeah, see right here, it is actually changing our position. So you see the X is being changed and Y is being changed. So it's actually moving the object 1 pixel at a time closer and closer to the object. So yeah, that's kind of interesting how that works. But it seemed like it worked in the game. So we're just going to go with that, and hopefully we're going to be happy with that. I guess we'll find out as we use it more. Now, they want us to change it in a few other places as well. Let's see what those other places might be. There's a collision with object slope. So let's look at that. Here's object slope. Well, let's see. Between object slope, I think we're in air still. We collide with object slope. It's here. Again, if you can see this. Yeah, so here we're just replacing this again. This time we say move, or I guess we say our script name. So script, move to contact with. Remember, it takes 3 parameters. So first is the direction. Here the direction is actually set. Sorry, I'll get in front of the mic. It's actually set to 270 directly, which is down. So we're going straight down. Again, we say -1 for the max distance. And then what are we trying to collide against? Object solid again. That's good. Semicolon. And then we can get rid of that first one. And then we change an object Zool ice. So that one's done. And then the last one is object Zool ramp collision. So that's here. And again, if we look, same kind of code. So we say, I'll just modify the one we have, script underscore move to contact with, and again 270 -1, and then object solid is our third parameter. And then we change objects to a land. Other places we need to change it in objects to a land, we're looking at the end step event. So that's here. Oh, wow. Yeah, end step, lots going on. And what we're supposed to do in here, let's see where that's located. Yeah, here. See if I can get this on the screen a little bit better. Let's scooch everything over a bit. Okay. Just trying to make a little bit more room so we can see what we're doing. You assume you have a big monster screen, I guess. Here's our move to contact. So again, we're just replacing that with the script. So script underscore move. Is it to contact? Yeah, move to contact. Maybe I messed that up in the last one. Script move to contact all. Instead of all, we say with. And again, we're putting in object solid. Object solid. Let's go back to that previous one just to make sure. That's object Zool error. Yeah, I forgot the word to. Oops. So once it changes color, we know we've done it right. There we go. So objects will land. And then we have to be careful here on objects will land. It's not object solid. Here it's got to be object platform. So make sure to go back and change that to object platform. Okay, that's good. I lost my semicolons. All right. And then now if we're an object will land and we hit a ramp, so we're looking at the ramp collision event. Here's ramp. Okay, again we have this move to contact, so we'll replace that with oops, I'm in overtype mode. Move to contact with. And then the question is, what's our third parameter? Here, yeah, it's probably object solid. Although I'm not quite sure. So let me just double check that. Yeah, that's correct. So we've got that. Now we look at objects will ice. We have to change a lot of these. And here we're in the end step event. Here's our code. We see a move to contact right there. And we want to change that one. This is ice. Yeah, so here we want to say script underscore move to contact with. And this one you want to be specific as well. This would be object slope. Because you check to see, you're checking for object slope right there, and you're trying to see if you're meeting that slope, and if you are, then you hit it there. So you want to do that. And then in the collision event with object solid, between object Zool ice and object solid, we also have move to contact. So let me scooch everything over. I'm using a mouse ball or a trackball, and it doesn't have a middle wheel on it. It makes it difficult to modify the code. So just trying to make space is rather annoying. Okay, so here again we're just replacing all these. Script move to contact with, and then our parameters are direction -1 and We're in object solid, so it's obviously object solid, or the collision event with object solid. And there we go. So we move to our previous X and Y location, and then we move one pixel at a time in the direction we're going until we hit something solid, and then if we are, we do different things. So that's good. The last one we have to do is object Zool wall. So we go there, and we're looking at the collision event with object solid. That's here. And again, here we say script. Move to contact. With. Make sure it lights up. And then what should be the third parameter? Again, object solid. Since we're in the collision event with object solid, that makes sense. All right. Oof. All right. So I think that's enough for this video. We've got all the move to contacts replaced, and now we're set to go with the next step. Next video we're adding hazards. So we're going to be doing that shortly. That's enough for now.